Welcome to the PD and James show. Today we're going to explain to you what we are doing today. So today we are going to make a crafting system with an inventory and be able to place blocks. And we also modeled a few things. So I will show you that sooner than later. Okay? Thank you.
Welcome. I am PT. So I'm going to be explaining. Yes. So we are modeling a tree now. The tree was kind of hard to make. I'm pretty bad at it. But we ended up doing marching cubes, which makes it look a lot better. I added a tree chopping, so now the tree can fall over. And then we add a tree breaking, yes, and now the tree can break into pieces. Next, we model the little gravity gun. So we're gonna make it so the inventory actually sort of is realistic, where whenever we shoot the gravity gun at the tree, it will get smaller. That will be for our inventory. And for okay, so alright, once we get the gravity gun working, I'll show you the inventory. So I didn't do much yet, but yes. Alright, we are here. The gravity gun shoots it. We basically just changed the material and made the scale smaller whenever the collider hits and we hit the trigger. So, yes. Bye.
So I downloaded some inventory systems and they managed to work, but they were just kind of too complex. And eventually I just kind of used the YouTube tutorial.
Okay, so hello friends. I've just fucking spent like, I don't know, an hour or two trying to figure this out. I've been working on this for a long time. I'll give you a little demo of literally like so long of work. So this is the inventory, you know? Isn't it fantastic? I can move it, and that's cool. Look, it's saved. Wow, it's there. That's great. Alright guys, so I need to move on from the inventory for right now. It's been way too hard, so I'm just going to be focusing on I'm just spawning the blocks and whatnot. So right now I just made a raycast, and it shoots and then it spawns an object at the position of the raycast. And as we can see, it looks pretty damn good so far. And we'll get back.
So in order to actually have multiple blocks when trying to place it, I don't have a actually good method here, but this does work. In the update function, I have a for loop that constantly checks if a block, or constantly checks the array, and then we have an input that checks the input of I of the for loop to see which number we are actually clicking. It sets the selected block, which is connected to the rest of the placement blocks functions, and that's pretty much it. That's how we get the current index for the block placer. So yeah. Okay, so we've got the block placement down. I've created this for the outside wall that will be in place. We've also added a block deleting, which just uses the same physics raycast to delete the object that it finds. But now we have a problem. We need to save the game, but also have many objects at once. So in order to save the blocks that we place, it's a pretty simple method. We just use the raycast that we previously had, which has the mouse clicker, and we get the place blocks function, and we get the place position, which is just the position on the grid space within the world space. And all we do is obviously place the block, but we also get the list and we add the block to the list. Okay, great. So when we place these blocks, I can just hit the save button. Blocks are saved, and I will load out. So now if I hit the load button, and it loads in, and it's pretty simple. So now the issue comes to block deleting. So whenever I need to delete the block, I need to do the same thing, but in the opposite order of whenever I delete the block, I need to delete it from the list, and make sure that whenever I save the game, I need to make sure that I have the blocks deleted completely, in order to not have some confusion on whichever blocks are actually saved within the game. Okay, we pretty much have the same thing but in the opposite order, and so when we hit the right mouse button, we use the remove block function, which takes the hit collider dot game object, and with that it checks if the list contains the blocks. If it does contain the blocks, it will remove the block from the list, and it shows the block name and how many is remaining just for visual purposes. And we will actually destroy the block that is in the game space. Okay, and with that I can create freely. I can save it if I delete everything and then load it in. It's all in there, and yeah, I can just do some modifications, add some walls, do whatever I feel like. Save, load. Perfect. Alright guys, I just want to close out. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out my Patreon page, that would be much appreciated. I will be including different assets, scripts for Unity projects, models, and a demo I will create soon. Probably within the next week, I'm going to be making a demo game that I will be uploading for my Patreon subscribers. So look forward to that, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.